You are listening to the East Texas Banner right here at easttexasbanner.com. I had the privilege today of sitting down with a gentleman who is running for District 2 City Council in Jasper, Mr. Bob Mayhar. Bob, I really appreciate you taking time with us and sitting down to kind of get your message out to the public before they have an opportunity to vote, right?
Thank you.
So when's the election come about?
The last week of April is early voting, and the final day of voting is May 3rd.
May 3rd, okay.
Yeah, but first, Jay, if I may,
Sure.
Thank you for inviting me and allowing me this time. I appreciate that.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And we try to make this available for anybody who reaches out to us. We don't have any agenda outside of just getting the information out. You know what I mean? So if anybody else is out there and they're listening and they want to sit down for a no-cost interview, here you go. It makes it easy on everybody. So for people who don't know you, now you probably have to look high and low to try to find people who don't know you. But tell us a little bit about who you are and where you came from and what you're doing, that type of thing.
I came to Jasper approximately 30 years ago.
Okay.
I got a promotion in the Postal Service and became postmaster in Kerberville, Texas.
Okay.
I found this community extremely welcoming. I moved to Jasper. I met a nice lady, which is some of the motivation for me coming here.
Sure.
I think most people know Becky Mayhar, the Spanish teacher, and we have been blessed with a great life here. I retired from the post office here in Jasper as postmaster. Went home for about a year going, oh no, what am I going to do? And the next thing you know, I'm volunteering for everything in town.
Okay.
I've been with the Lions Club for almost 30 years. Lions president twice, Lion of the Year twice. Worked with the Lions Club to create the fishing derby out at the lake, City Pond, every January, where we bring about 300 to 500 children out for a fishing event, teaching them how to fish and enjoy the fun of fishing. If you live in East Texas, fishing is a thing, so you need to do that.
It's a big deal.
Yeah. Served in the military. Remember driving through Jasper on my way to Fort Polk, Louisiana,
Right.
to play Army. Did my 2 years, came home, and proceeded to keep involved in the community. Not only the Lions Club, but I quickly become involved with the Harvest Compassion Center food pantry, originally just Harvest Church food pantry.
Okay.
We started off with half a pallet of canned goods.
Okay.
We turned that into feeding about 1,000 people a month through that
Wow.
program. Yeah, pretty impressive. So we're very pleased with that. I've stepped back some. We have a team that's come in with, I'd reached my point. Sometimes you need to know when somebody can do it better.
Right.
They've come in, and now we have home delivery to over 120 handicapped people who cannot leave their homes.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
awesome.
me too. We were able to give 500 turkeys and fixins this last Thanksgiving in the community for people who needed just a little extra help.
Sure.
The food pantry has been a great blessing. In keeping that I have to meddle with everything, we started a community garden here at Harvest Church, and the idea is if you're in the community and you're interested, we'll find you some dirt to dig in, and we'd love to have some more volunteers for that. We also have created a homeless program. We call it transitional housing.
Okay.
Through our program, and we have a place so we can take up to 8 men off the streets, give them housing, food, shelter, leadership and guidance. Yes, go hunt a job.
Right.
But we're going to give you that break you need to bring yourself forward.
Sure.
Great program. We also have the capacity to do 2 to 3 women with children, depending on how big the families are. Normally these are children who are coming out of the women's shelter and need extra time to recover.
Gotcha.
We also receive phone calls from the Newton and Jasper County Sheriff's Department saying we got an old knothead who coming out of jail Friday. We need a place for him to go. And he has 2 options. He can go to the street, or he can go down and shoplift at the little store, so I have to arrest him and put him back in jail. Or we'll give him to you, and you help us work him back into society.
Gotcha.
We're very proud of that program.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I know some people may have this question, so I'm going to ask it.
Sure.
Considering the fact that you seem like a peaceable guy, a sensible guy, a guy who's retired from a career already, what would possess you to actually run for Jasper City Council?
Jasper is at a pivot point, where we can grow and prosper.
Okay.
And I have not seen stuff coming through our city council that is looking that way.
Okay.
We've gotten a little bit bogged down on pettiness, if you will.
Okay.
And we need to start asking ourselves, numbers. 1 million people a year for the next 10 years are expected to come to Texas.
Okay.
I do not want 1 million people to move to Jasper,
Okay.
but I'd sure like to get 500 or 1,000 in nice homes, affordable homes. Port Arthur and now Buna has a program down there that is showing up. Those people are going to need somewhere to live. They're going to need a community to be part of. And most people don't want to be in the big city anymore. They don't want to be in a Beaumont-sized city.
Right.
Lumberton has kind of outgrown some of them. So, great job in Buna. Live at the lake. Easy commute. Also, we've had some businesses trying to come. Yes, we've lost them lately, and I understand that. But we have some businesses that are looking to come here because of quality of life, community, because they look around and go, wow, these are nice people. And we are. Sometimes we get a little bit argumentative among ourselves, just like any family. But nice people here in Jasper. And how do I know they're nice people here in Jasper? Because I got a food pantry out there that has 60 people from all walks of life, all churches, no churches, that volunteer every month to give in their time to help their neighbor.
Right.
That's great people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So tell me this, so specific to the, leadership currently, in the community, what's your take on that?
I think we need vision, and I have visited with a couple of the candidates, and I have told the mayor and the mayoral candidates I am not picking sides. I like them both. I like them for different reasons.
Okay.
And I will work with whoever, should I be successful as mayor. But I do expect us to be forward-looking, get out of our way on some of this stuff, get zoning and codes fixed, get some streets fixed. That's always a big one. And get ourselves back with JEDCO running in such a way that we're ready for this. 1 million people a year?
Yeah, it's going to be a huge influx.
It's insane.
Yeah.
We got to get ready for this because we're going to be part of it whether we like it or not. Why? Because Buna woke up this morning and I saw some posts for them and they're trying to sort out, oh gosh, oh no. And it's too much oh no I'm seeing on their posts. And that's very unfortunate for Buna.
Yeah.
Let's get over this oh no business and oh yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's when you had something a certain way for so long, it's almost like you fall into, I don't know if it's necessarily complacency, but maybe a little bit of complacency. And so it kind of puts you in a situation where when you have a massive opportunity come, some of us don't know how to capitalize on that or actually just get ready for it,
Absolutely. Silly story, if y'all will indulge me. I got given a huge pallet of avocados.
Okay.
I like avocados, particularly guacamole. Food pantry day, I couldn't give away avocados. Why? Because a lot of people in my food pantry land, Granny didn't have them, Mama didn't have them. I don't know what they do, and they're expensive anyway, and they look funny.
Yeah. Okay.
So I had to explain avocados and how they worked. And so sometimes it's what we don't know that gets in the way. Sometimes they're refusing to accept the new, oh wow, yeah, let's try that. No, that got in the way.
Yeah.
When I told the school teachers the school had avocados, locusts.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have to kind of get to where people are, lead them forward, train them forward. We have a great place here.
Yeah, absolutely. So, specific to JEDCO, what's kind of your thought process on JEDCO?
I think some of the criticisms of JEDCO Unfortunately, it's probably correct.
Okay.
I have a copy right here on the table with me of the JEDCO bylaws.
Okay.
I think we need to reestablish it as quickly as possible, get it back to work, up to speed, and curate a forward-thinking group of business people to lead this program.
Okay. So that's your thought process. You need JEDCO. You don't need JEDCO to go away.
Oh, JEDCO going away would be the biggest disaster we could possibly have. I think that it would be total foolishness. It would be the, we have a mouse in the house, so let's burn the house down.
I got you.
Let's just get rid of the mouse.
I got you. So specific to the people out here in District 2, what would you like to say to the people of District 2 who are considering, who don't know?
Who don't know?
Well, maybe they don't know anybody on the list. You know, I think it's you and Mr. Sample is only two running for District 2, correct?
Right.
Okay. And so what would you like to say to those folks who are kind of on the fence right now?
You have a choice. And my position on this is that we should have calmed, reasoned thought processes looking forward. This arguing among ourselves is counterproductive and never works well for anyone, whether it's national politics, public or local politics.
Okay.
Fighting is never your friend.
Gotcha. So we need someone who from what you're saying, you know, somebody who can kind of look at everything and assess the issues, assess the opportunities, and be able to move forward logically.
Yes, we must have that.
Okay.
And I think that we have a board at this point in time, hopefully I'm on it, that can look forward and hopefully can do that. It may take a couple of elections where the community really pays attention to what's going on.
Sure.
And I hope they do, to get us the exact board that we need. I was on the Chamber of Commerce and still am, and it took us about 6 years to build a Chamber of Commerce board and a Chamber of Commerce that is the wonderful product that we have here in Jasper. But it took time to curate that and grow that and develop it. And so I think that we have to, as a community, look forward to getting ourselves a city council that's looking forward, growing Jasper. And not everybody is excited about growing, but you either grow or you die.
Well, you know, the thing is this, you know, it kind of goes back to, not to get super biblical, but, you know, there are a number of stories about preparation.
Yes.
For the future. You know, I don't know if I ever, you know, my dad was a pastor and whatnot, but I don't think I ever heard a story about God coming and talking to them about their past too much. You know what I mean? And so to me, you know, from my vantage point, you know, a forward-thinking leadership is imperative.
Oh, absolutely. I have a challenge I do for a lot of people, so I'll throw it out to your audience.
Okay.
There are monuments built around this country, statues, Mount Rushmore. Can you name one monument built to the world's greatest pessimist? No. I've never had anybody come to me and say, this great pessimist was, no. George Washington, I can build a country.
Sure.
Abraham Lincoln, I can save a nation. Lincoln could have hid under his bed and cried, or he could have fought, and he did.
Yeah.
And that's where we are. We've got to get over our pessimism, our unhappiness, and get back to being what the Scripture says that we should be. God loved us. We're supposed to love each other. And where did that get lost?
I think a lot of times it gets tied into the minutia of forgetting that we're all humans.
Oh, absolutely.
And forgetting that everybody's dealing with good days and bad days, and you know, those types of elements. I think a lot of times we get tied up in a lot of that stuff. So You know, and then, you know, if I can remove the humanity from Bob, then I can hate Bob.
I can
Yeah.
put Bob in a gas chamber.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And boy, is that not God? God never wanted us in a gas chamber.
Right.
He wants us to do well. He wishes us well.
Sure.
I love my children dearly. I have 3 that I'm quite proud of. Never have I ever wanted them to have less. I want them to have the best.
Sure.
And I think that that's what God feels about his children. Unfortunately, we can wander off sometime.
Yeah.
And then that's where, am I my brother's keeper? Must be. I'm working at a food pantry.
Sure. No, it makes sense. Well, Bob, any last statements you want to make to the people?
Please consider me for District 2 City Council. I will serve you with honor, dignity, and forward thinking. And thank you for your time.
So the election, the early voting starts at the last week of April,
Yes.
and voting day is May 3rd. So if Bob's your guy and you want to put Bob in the mix, then show up and put your vote in, man. That's, you know, my grandfather said, there's not much that's going to get in the way of me putting my vote in. You know, I mean, of course, he was a third row Southern Baptist fellow, so I mean, he was on time.
I have voted in every national election for president since the first time I was eligible to vote.
That's awesome.
And I'm still apologizing for voting for Nixon.
Well, neither here nor there, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it right there. Last week of April is early voting. May 3rd is your day to vote for City Council. Also for mayor, there's a mayor race going on as well. But for District 2, if Bob's your guy, look for Bob Mayhar on the ballot. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate your time. Love you.